All right, folks, we got updates and we got 3 new kits dropping. Now, the update was on 4/29, which was yesterday, and now we got some new kits coming. 3 new kits dropping tomorrow, May 1st. So let's just talk briefly a little bit about the new 3 kits that we get, and then we'll jump right into the update. So we're getting Golden Years kit, Kitchen Clutter Kit, and a Restoration Workshop Kit. Now, 2 of these kit has some gameplay, which is super cool. Don't get a lot of gameplay as much as we used to. So the last time I remember from some gameplay was probably Bust the Dust. Let's talk a little bit about the Restoration Kit. This is basically a kit where you can repair old items, make it all new. Now, this is going to be reviving a microwave, coffee maker, and a refrigerator, and a stove using the handiness skill, which is pretty cool. Just from looking at the photos, it looks like we get quite a bit of items that we can also repair, but also just some clutter items. Like if you can look at this picture here, we got like an old little water heater in here. Look like it got like some work stations over here, a little work, like, you know, this station here. This looks like a toolbox of some sort. Some coolers, some old storage bins and stuff like that. So it looks pretty cool. Even the lights, we even got like some wallpaper it looks like we might get from this kit as well. Just based off this picture, it looks like we got some new stuff. So here it is right here. It said, let me just read the description. It says, we got you covered. Build out your workshop for the handy sim with modular shelves loaded with tools, woodworking benches that are coated in thick layer of dust, even water heaters, fuse box, and functional floor fan. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the elders, because you know we don't really do a lot with our elders, so it's kind of nice that the elders can get like a nice little kit real quick. So we're talking attire though. We're talking accessories, things that can be worn for gym workouts to stuff that you can wear in the garden. When I say accessories, I mean like gardening gloves. We're talking eyewear retainers if you have eyeglasses and stuff like that. They're giving us some items for every occasion for elders, right? So just from looking at this picture here, it looks like we got some gardening aprons, we have toupees, it looks like some items for working out, it says here in the description. So just giving our elders a little bit of personality, you know. I feel like it's deserving at this point. I feel like there was a missed opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong, they might have included this, but I seriously doubt it. But it would have been cool to get like some attachable purses or pocketbooks. How cool would that been, you know? Because Agnes Crumplebottom has a purse. Why can't my elders get purses, you know? Now, last but not least is probably going to be my favorite, and that is the Kitchen Clutter Kit. Now, this is going to have a little bit of functionality as well, but just from looking at this photo, you got some magnets on the refrigerator, so we might get refrigerators that allow you to have swatch colors with different types of stuff that you can put on the refrigerator, which is super cool. And I wouldn't be surprised if they even have clutter items that you can attach to the refrigerators. But this kit comes with lunch boxes, a kitchen timer, a recipe tablet, and here in the description it says plus more. So I'm thinking that some of these clutter items will allow us to be functional, right? So I'm pretty excited for this one. The cookie jar is functional, the cereal box is functional, you can pack a meal with the lunch box, or you could do a grocery run by purchasing the ingredients directly from that grocery bag. So if you do have a grocery bag laid out somewhere, you can click on it and purchase the groceries from there. And I'm assuming the groceries will actually appear in the grocery bag just from looking at this little image here. So that's actually pretty exciting. So again, a little bit of functionality with some of these little kit items, which is pretty cool. So there we go, 3 kits dropping tomorrow, May 1st. We got the Sims 4 Restoration Workshop, Golden Years, and Kitchen Clutter Kits. And we're also gonna go live with the developers via SpringSims Twitch channel on May 15th. Let's talk about the update we got yesterday, April 29th, 2025. As we know, we got a lot of bug fixes we needed to get done. Let's jump right into base game. Base game, we were having issues with teenage Sims aging up to young adults with all their traits. That's been fixed. Also, Sims no longer become unresponsible and the game will no longer freeze in save menu with multiple ghosts that are in the household. That's been fixed, as well as the plants which are growing in the garden planter box. Hand fashioned planter boxes and mound in-ground garden patch and in-ground garden patch can be watered successfully as well. No issues with any gardening stuff, and our teenagers aging up into young adults. Also, the dress in Create a Sim no longer has a visible seam when paired with certain shoes. And they also fixed the issue for Mac. I know Mac users were having issues with unresponsive Sims when they were traveling to the library or the nightclub in Willow Creek. That should be fixed now. So we had 3 fixes from high school years, which included the high school event task that will now properly appear when sending multiple Sims to school. Plus, after shaving to preferred length, arm length will now update properly. And then Sims are now able to complete the chess fair puzzle. Speaking of that, I've never done the chess fair puzzle, which now I'm kind of curious on what is that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that one of these days. We had 2 fixes for life and death. Sims with certain reward traits can now go through rebirth without any simulation errors and are taken to Create a Sim as expected, which is pretty cool there. Then last but not least, gold raids will only appear for the occult picker in the Create a Sim UI the first time it's opened or viewed. So that's pretty cool. Now we got a crap ton from businesses and hobbies. All right, so customers who are practicing tattooing will now focus on the task at hand rather than swapping practice partners back and forth. Small business employees no longer a valued anonymous target for the practice tattoo customer rule. And then employee sim working at multiple small businesses will now change the correct employee uniform when the second business is open after closing the first. So yeah, lots of stuff. I advise y'all to just come through here on the EA website and just take a look. Now I'm gonna just highlight a few things from this because I don't want to spend too much time reading all this out. But there's also an update on missing color swatch for the creator counter. The Ask Mentor interaction now has the appropriate skill name listed in the pie menu, and unfinished pottery will no longer be spoiled. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be interested in that. And then Trasley Real Person has been reprimanded for littering and has promised to stop leaving their cotton candy on the doggone floor all over Iverstad. All right, so that was fixed as well. And then Sims have not checked in to a small business can now freely use items in their own inventory, which is pretty good there. And then they fixed another issue. Check this out. Fixed an issue where the confirmed button could be grayed out despite having an object selected. When adding items to the Mystical Moonlight Crystal Grid from Crystal Creations or any of the retail displays from businesses and hobbies via the pie menu interaction. And then we were having issues with Chow Sims with vampire eyes. Now they will now stay instead of reverting to normal eyes. So now you get your vampire eyes for your Chow Sims, and that was a fix for vampires. And then the Secret Sanctuary addressed the pixelation that was occurring on the green variation of the dress. So all these have been fixed, and we are still waiting on the 3 main ones, which was the island living, where it routes you to different fishing spots. We're also waiting for that weather bug to happen. And then last but not least, they're also still looking into the issues impacting save files. And just a reminder, make sure you're following the Sims Direct on X and on their Discord community, where they will provide you with the updates as soon as possible. And just a quick little reminder, I want to read the disclaimer from the laundry list from April 24th, where they state that their team continues to investigate the community concerns for future fixes. They wanted us to note that some of these topics can be complicated to replicate and require an additional extended investigation on their ends. Just be mindful. They know our concerns. We just got to be very patient with it. But with that being said, y'all, what do y'all think about those 3 new kits? How's your game running now? Are you still having issues with some of these new updates, new fixes from this patch? Let us know in the comments so we can all troubleshoot together. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to review the kits for y'all. Doing some giveaways, by the way. But where would I be doing the giveaways? Who knows? Dag.